Trippie Red released a new album called Musik. Is it good? Is it not? Let's figure out. Trippie Red has been one of my favourite solo artists for a while now. His A Love Letter to You albums are awesome. Exclamation Mark has to be one of my favourite trap albums of all time. But I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of his early stuff. His Beast Mode EP wasn't very good. Musik, is it good though? Let's find out. First thing I want to talk about, vocally, Trippie just... The Trippie went for like a different sound compared to some of his other stuff. He has like made more sinister type stuff, but he's never had like a full like album centered around it. And personally, the sinister style that Trippie has not really my favorite. But there's a lot of songs on here that it works and a lot that it doesn't. It does have a lot of decent vocal performances though. This album is definitely some of Trippie's worst vocal performances since the Beast Mode EP. A lot of the stuff, he does have a lot of auto-tune on his voice on some of the tracks, and for the beats do go pretty hard. Trippie sometimes doesn't really seem to have carry the same energy, except for songs like High Hopes and Psycho. The first track, I believe, is a title track. I feel like he could have more energy on that track. Flow wise, nothing too out there. Like, his flow is alright, and there's a few songs where he does sound a little bit offbeat, like with the song Van Helsing. That's probably my least favourite song off of the album. But lyrically as well, there's not really to comment on. There are a lot of features on here. Some of them don't do very well. Lil B, the bass guard, as much as I love him, I absolutely love the guy, he just didn't really do well on his verse. Lucky was terrible on his feature. The Baby, he has to have had the best feature. His flow was great. He had a lot of energy. His delivery was great. Not bad to say about that. Now, beats wise, a lot of it does kind of sound, sometimes they do sound pretty sinister, pretty dark. You know, as of course that's the style Trippie's going for. A lot of the times they just sound like they belong on a KRZY album. Sometimes some songs sound like better versions of Playboi Carti's music. Other times it just sounds like Trippie Red's worst style of music. Well, I say that, but like, to be fair, some of these tracks, like I said, are pretty good. I liked Goodfellas, I liked Muscles are good, but the hook is like 50-50 for me, but everything else about that song is very good. I'm saying good a lot here. Great. Travis Scott, as much as I hate to say he had a good feature on the song Crazy Train, one of my more favourite songs on the album, he also had a good verse, but it kind of disgusts me how he still gets any like features or anything like that after the Astro World incident. Also, the mixing on that song was terrible. Like, I could barely hear the song when Travis came out. Overall, it feels a bit bloated with 25 tracks, and for a Trippie album, surprisingly pretty void of much diversity. I get that Trippie was kind of going for a certain style with this, and he kind of did go that with other like projects, but they were pretty like versatile. Can't really say the same for this. There's not much coming from the album besides a handful of good tracks and a handful of bad tracks. Once you finish listening to the album, you're not really going to get much out of it. I'm feeling a 4.5 to a 5 on this album. Thank you for watching.